The swings kept moving, even when there was no wind. That sound, the rusty chains creaking back and forth, echoed through the empty night like a whisper. The air was still, cold enough to sting the skin, and not a single leaf was moving. Yet, the swing moved, as though something was pushing it. The playground had been abandoned for years, its paint peeled away, revealing the rotten wood beneath. The slide was nothing more than rusted metal, sharp and dangerous, and the sandbox had turned an unsettling dark brown, as if something had seeped into it, staining it forever. No one played there anymore. Not since the disappearances. 3 children. Gone. No screams. No trace. Only their toys were found. A doll, half buried in the sand. A bicycle tipped over on the path. Tiny footprints, leading into the playground, but never letting out. Parents warned their children to stay away. But children are curious, and curiosity is dangerous. John was known to be the bravest among his friends, or maybe just the most reckless. That night, under the pale glow of the moon, he decided to prove everyone wrong. His footsteps crunched on the gravel as he passed the rusted gate. The streetlight behind him flickered, like it was afraid to shine on this place. And there it was, the sandbox. Something felt different about it tonight. The sand looked wrong. It seemed to shift slightly, like ripples in water. John crouched closer, his breath forming a faint mist in the cold air. And then, it happened. The sand split open, justa little like lips, parting, and veneted an eye, huge, glossy, blinking once before locking on him. John froze. His lungs felt tight. The eye moved slightly, as though it was studying him. And then the sand began to move more violently. Something was coming out. Not a hand, not a claw, but something long, thin, moving like a root, no, like a tentacle. They slid across the sand, twitching, feeling, searching. John stumbled back. The sandbox convulsed like it was alive. A deep rumble echoed from beneath, so low it felt like the ground itself was breathing. The swings began to move faster, their chains rattling loudly. The slide groaned as though something heavy was dragging itself underneath. John turned to run, but something grabbed his ankle. A tentacle had wrapped tightly around him, pulling, dragging him toward the center of the sandbox. He screamed. He clawed at the dirt, kicked with all his strength, but the pull was too strong. The sandbox had become a vortex, sucking him down. The sand swallowed his legs, then his waist, and in the final moment, before his head sank below the surface, he saw it, a face, formed entirely of sand. Pale, hollow, and smiling. Smiling too wide. Too human, too wrong. And then, silence. Morning came. The sandbox looked deeper, as though hollowed out overnight. John's bicycle lay in the center, half buried, and his footprints ended where the sand began. That night, the swing moved again. Back and forth, even though there was no wind. And if you were brave enough to look under that sandbox yourself, you just might see the eye, blinking at you. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, click the like button, and share this video with your friends. And tell me in the comments, would you dare to look under the playground?